Welcome back, Woodstock Guitar Guy. Check out the new logo we got here. Pretty nice from a fan. It's actually metal. I'm gonna somehow figure out a way to mount it, probably up on the wall there, but we'll see. I guess I'm getting serious now. I got a logo. 37 episodes in, and here we are. It's Straturday here at Woodstock Guitar Guy, and we're going to talk about parts casters, various levels of parts casters, okay, and kind of, I just want to say it's infinite. Once you start down this rabbit hole, I guarantee you, you are going to be really amazed at how this thing just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. This is an old friend. This is one that I put together a long time ago, a couple times ago actually. I've modified this thing now probably 3 times, and it started out, believe it or not, with a monoprice body, and got rid of the monoprice neck. Got a beautiful neck from Sam's Music Shop in Salt Lake City, Utah, run by Dave, and tell Dave I sent you. There's a little link to him down below. Great necks. He polishes them up. He really cleans up the frets nicely. All you got to do basically is just tighten the truss rod a little bit because they come loose, and away you go. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. He's been getting into a lot of stainless steel fret necks and roasted maple. Beautiful. I'm going to show you one in a few minutes here. But anyway, this was kind of like a whimsical project I took on just because I was shifting pickups around in various guitars, and I ended up with a pair of Orphan Allen Entwistles. And these are the Allen Entwistle. I'm going to tell you what they are right here. They are the HV75-A, which is it's kind of a hot pickup. It's more, I think it's his take on the T-top. It's hot, it's cool, it's got a lot of body to it. And so I bought a middle pickup to kind of go along with it, an Allen Entwistle. And I went for the fancy, well, for me, an upgraded wiring harness. And this Keller sound, I believe. The link is down below. They're handmade. They come from down south in the U.S. beautifully done. They're made to order, so you got to wait a couple weeks usually. I get them on eBay, and I don't haggle. I mean, the price is totally great. I think this whole thing was probably $60, maybe 65, and worth it. Completely worth it. Super high quality. Everything is just really great around. I basically get the harness design that I want for what I'm trying to do. So here I had 2 humbuckers and a single coil. So I've got a coil split here for the 2 humbuckers. And what's really cool is I've got a treble and a bass control for tone and a volume. And of course my switch. So we'll go through a few tones. We heard some of this coming in. And it just a lot of fun. I bought the pickguard on eBay, and I had this guitar kicking around, and I just really wanted to do this particular configuration. And the monoprice, inexpensive body was what's called a bathtub. So you could fit. I could have put 3 humbuckers in here if I wanted to. But I didn't. And, so anyway, all of this, very inexpensive. Basically, I just pulled it together from parts that I had here in the room. And that's what makes it so exciting, is that you can kind of just go shopping in your own. You can see what I got here. I got, all sorts of handy stuff. Lots of different guitars. They're coming in constantly here. I got to move some out because I'm running out of room, But anyway, all right, we're back with another Strat on Straturday, and this is a brand new build for a customer, and it has some very interesting features. First of all, we used tone hatch single coil hand wound pickups. They are also made in the US and made to order. And you can just go directly to their website, which is linked down below. Tone Hatch, he has a limited variety, but I just want to say every variety, every set that he has sent me so far has just sounded great. This particular set is called the Spoonful, and what he has done is he has underwound them slightly. To reduce the mids, and you get a really chimey, but a pleasantly chimey Strat sound out of this thing. Okay. Now the body was this was a GFS Guitar Fetish on sale, which is my favorite, and I don't know where he got the pickguard. I haven't finished screwing it in, as you can see, but. What I like about and we got the custom. I bought a custom wiring harness. I think I got this one from the same place, Keller Sound. Anyway, he's linked below. And what I really like about this is that the tone knob the first tone knob actually adjusts the tone for the neck and the bridge, and the second tone knob handles the middle pickup. So I just find that to be very, very handy. Again, we put on a Sam's Music Shop roasted maple neck. Okay, no logos. It's vintage. So I've got a set of vintage sized locking tuners, and they're you have to order them special to get the vintage. They are a smaller diameter in the hole, okay, but they look cool. They are cool. They're very cool. They're not all that expensive, and they literally drop in like a vintage inline set of tuners. He comes with a bone nut, which he says is Warmoth, and I have no reason to doubt him. This particular neck is a bit on the 50s size, which I like. It's got some meat. It's not a D it's a real C neck, and I grew up with these kinds of guitar necks. Back in my day, youngsters, that's all you got. You got the the chunky C. That was it, And they were great. All those Les Pauls and Les Paul Juniors and the Fenders too. They and this is a Strat neck. Great. Had great luck putting in. I got a big giant Fender bridge setup that came with a really large. What do they call this? It'll come to me. My brain is. This is the block, okay, which your springs go in. The other thing about these harnesses that is also very cool is that they come with a very thin aluminum shield. They're mounted to it, actually, to a little thin piece of aluminum. And that actually becomes additional grounding for your setup. So when you install the pots and the wiring, that plate, that aluminum plate, actually goes in and gets attached. And these single coil pickup setups with that shielding are much quieter than normal. It really does work. It's a good thing. What else did I want to say about this guitar? One of the joys of doing this for me is when you take all these parts and you basically put them all together and then you string up the guitar. You check and make sure everything works first, and of course, in my case, I put it all together and it didn't work, so I had to take it all apart again, and I had a wire that had come loose and I fixed all of that. Works great. And but that moment when you pull it all together and you string it up and you get the strings adjusted and you start playing it, it's just a magical moment for me. It makes it really all the more worthwhile to do this kind of stuff. It's a great therapeutic hobby. That's one way to look at it. But I also play music, so it's more than that for me. It's very creative. And as I progress in this whole thing, it just becomes a little bit easier, and you sort of know what to do when something goes wrong, and you sort of know what to do to make sure that nothing goes wrong, and you know what to do in advance. Bolting the neck, drilling the holes. I'd say this is probably the most tense moment in the whole process, is lining up the neck so that it lines up with the bridge and all your strings line up and you don't have one string that's hanging off the neck, I've been there, done that. And so you learn some tricks. YouTube is your friend. You can build one of these, folks. And by the time you're all said and done with the really good pickups, these are like $100 for the set, and then the wiring was probably like $60. The body, I don't know what he paid, maybe $50, I don't know. So we're up around $200. The neck was $120. So we're up around $320. Tuners, another $30, and so we're about $350. And some miscellaneous parts. Let's call it $375, $400 even. And you end up with a guitar that is, it sounds great. It sounds better than the big brand names. It's about 1/3 the cost of what you would get in equivalent, whatever, layout. And it's just fun. You get the whole fun factor, which is, here we are. We're back with number 3, and this is a This is not a budget guitar. This was a kit brought together, pulled together from a bunch of parts for a customer who wanted, everything top notch. So we've got a Warmoth neck on here. We've got a Fender pre-wired drop-in pickguard with fat single coils, and we've got a Warmoth body, which is a 70s. We went for this 70s look. And he's got this feature here. The neck was a 70s copy, of a Fender 70s neck, which had the micro tilt, okay? This guitar was a really fun challenge for me, just because, first of all, I finished it. It came raw wood, and I finished it with gun oil, which is what you use for the stocks on rifles. I couldn't think of anything better to put on here. This has got about 10 coats on it, and it came out great. I am so thrilled with how this came out that I'm going to make a couple more just like it. Not with all the Warmoth. I couldn't afford it. I mean, this is... when everything is all said and done on this guitar, there's probably, I don't know, $1,200-$1,500 worth of materials. And but it went together like so smooth and so easy, with the exception of one factor, and that was the micro tilt. And the reason this was a real kind of a pain was that our original plan was to go with a 4-screw plate in the back. We had the neck already. The neck he had already bought for a 70s project. It didn't work out. And so we were left with this neck. So he said, well, let's buy a body and let's just put it and do the whole thing, Warmoth, blah, blah, blah. I said, fine. Great, fantastic. So that's what we did. We were told that a 4-screw plate would work with this neck, but as it turns out, it did not. It didn't line up. We had to go full 70s, and so that made it an enjoyable, challenge for me, because I had to go looking for these very interesting little metal discs that go in. There's one that goes in the neck and one that goes in the body. Special screws with the discs. Okay, there's a little Allen wrench slug in there that raises and lowers the neck here at this juncture. So you loosen up your screws if you want to raise the neck right here, which I did. I actually utilized the whole thing to set the guitar up. It worked like a charm. But the problem was that Fender does not make a full kit that I could find anywhere as a replacement, and I had to really go fishing. I could find individual plates. They're about the size of a nickel, and they cost like $13 a piece. Okay, they're like platinum or something, gold, and no screws. One of my complaints with Fender, and I'll get it out now while we're talking about Fender, but one of my complaints is that this beautiful, expensive drop-in wired with the pickguard, which I know was not cheap. I mean, it was pricey. Came without any screws. In fact, everything that Fender sells, it comes with no screws. You have to pay extra for the screws, which I find, I'm sorry, Fender, but you got to change that. Give us the screws, okay? We promise we won't lose them. Let's use real Fender screws, put them in with the products, the right screws. Now this thing here in the back, the micro tilt, it's got 2 screws that go in here, and then it has a bolt. This is not a screw, this is a bolt. And the bolt goes down through the discs and actually bolts the neck through the metal discs. One is attached to the body and one is screwed into the neck. So, and then you've got the little slug. You see that little tiny hole right there? That's where your Allen wrench goes in when you want to raise and lower it. Very slightly. I mean, as you know, shimming the neck just a hair at this juncture can really make a huge difference. And we also had a little glitch with the bridge. He had wanted to use a Schaller roller bridge, and the body had already been pre-cut with drilled holes. So basically whatever bridge we used was going to have to line up. The Schaller, which a very beautiful, very expensive bridge, did not fit. So I found him a Clousson, which, as you can see, it's a hardtail, and the Clousson fit perfectly and beautifully, and it's black, and it intonated really great, and everything about this thing works great. The other cool thing about this, I think it was his choice too, is that he didn't want the little half of football or whatever they call that thing for the jack. We went with the jack down here, and I have to say I really prefer having a jack down here on a Strat. It really it gets the wires out of your way. If you're going to do a Pete Townsend, it's like you're not going to like knock the cord and break it off and all of that sort of thing. So anyway, that's kind of that's Straturday here. We've got the Warmoth Fender Special. It's a beaut. I'm telling you, this this is a amazingly great guitar, and I'm very, very happy with how it came out. I think he's going to be thrilled when he gets it. And then we've got the Big Red with the tone hatch pickups, and a lot less expensive, but just as worthy. Great instrument, fantastic. Came in around $400, and then my Scroungerama parts caster, where I kind of go around through my boxes of junk and find this and find that and put it all together with a few new things to kind of fill it out. I would say that probably came in around $300, $275. So you can do it, folks. And you know what? It was a blast, and it was great fun, and I'm going to do some more. And, why stop now? Woodstock Guitar Guy, thanks for tuning in. And if you like what you're seeing, you can join, you can subscribe, you can leave me a comment. Sometimes I respond when I find your comment. I don't get a notice. For some reason, YouTube won't let me know that someone has made a comment. So I got to figure out how to do that. If anybody knows how to do that, put a comment in the comment section and tell me how to do that. I would really appreciate that. And I want to thank my number one fan for the Woodstock Guitar Guy logo, which is made out of metal. And we're going to mount it, and I think it's going to go up there. What do you think? And I think it's going to look really cool. It'll be in every shot, and we'll make a little logo, and stuff. And then you got the guitars over here, and we'll talk about more guitars next time. But I got some new ones here to show off, and built a few more. It's been a very exciting time here in the last couple of weeks at Woodstock Guitar Guy. Thanks for tuning, and we're going to play a few of these guys on the way out. You'll see what it's all about. Take care. Peace.
Thank